you know. I'll chill a little. Yeah, I'll chill a little with the disrespect, you know. I'm not trying to hate. A nice serve. Good. And what the heck was that? Petrides with a little bit of a miscommunication there. Certainly been a struggle for both teams here is consistent rhythm on communication. But that's something that can be improved on. Again, we're only in the second game of the season with another good serve by Port Richmond. That's what we like to see. Nice set. That's barely. Nice dive. Oh, damn. What a hit. You know, the front defense was non-existent there for Petrides. Caught lacking in the back, but that was still a great hit by Port Richmond. Here's another serve for Joyce. A weird receive there, and that's going into the crowd. That's a nice souvenir for a fan. 14-9 this game has turned into. Petrides trying to get their heads back into this game. Can only hope. Joyce again coming for this serve. You know, nice serve by Joyce. Weird receive. What a save. Number 10 for Petrides with a nice save. And that was out. That was a decent rally, but Petrides making a really nice save on that ball. You know, you gotta love the DOE Wi-Fi. Caused us a lot of technical difficulties tonight, leading to this stream being a little subpar compared to what we had hoped for the first one. But again, first time for everything. As that flies into the stands, hitting CSIM volleyball coach Rick Nunari in the 10. The CSI team and the Susan Wagner team appear to both be in the stands. Both coaches talking it up with one another. Back to the DOE Wi-Fi. It's taken this far into the match for the PSAL website to officially load, giving me access now to Petrides' roster, because we didn't have that before. That was a weird tip by Joyce, and somehow that got in for a point. No receive for Petrides there. All right, we finally, and I mean finally, have Petrides' roster. And thanks to the person that entered this, we have no roster numbers. So despite having the roster list, we're just gonna have to go off the last names on these jerseys, which I occasionally see when one of them turns around. So if not, we're just referring to them as numbers, because that's not my fault. Port, I have the numbers though. And the net again, what a nice play. Now, gotta feel bad for this net. At some point, the amount of times it's been hit. Oh, weird botched receive there by Santapoa Jr. here for it. One arm receive. That's not gonna get you anywhere. Nice serve by Petrides. Joyce, that's a free ball over the net. Diving stop doesn't do much. My camera woman here wanted to take a seat, which I don't mind. Now I can actually see the whole court without being blocked by 20 people. So here's for number 4, Savannah Stewart, a freshman here at Port Richmond. Oh, God. you know, number 11 here for Petrides really been making a dire effort to get this team back in the groove of things, but that dire effort hasn't seemed to do enough. The front defense here for the Panthers has been pretty subpar, to say so far. But again, we're still in the first set. 18-13. Savannah Stewart again. What the heck was that? Petrides again can't receive. You know, some miscommunications have been very prominent here in this one. You know, for two 0-1 teams trying to get back into it. It looks like Port Richmond has a pretty big uphand right now. Stewart again. Into our best friend, the net. The net has been hit very many times this game. You know, Fing might have a black eye before we get to the second set, so you better hope for some improvement. But Petrides for the serve. You know, I'm not going to say the joke anymore. The punchline's kind of starting to get old about this net. But nice job. This is Karen Nieva, a senior, one of the free seniors for this Raiders team. It went oddly quiet in this. You know, the punchline is too old. I'm not even gonna mention it until this set's over, guys. And there goes Karen after one. Here's Petrides' only seemingly front defense all game with the serve, and a nice one at that. And that was out of bounds. Petrides looking to make a comeback on this set, down 4, 2016. Yeah, we have some celebrities in the stands right now. We have obviously both Wagner and CSI's teams along with their coaches. We also have former Susan Wagner High School boys varsity player, Andy Liang. And it happens again. Andy Liang, if you don't know who that is, you wouldn't if you didn't go to CSI. He went to CSI, got onto the Wagner team for volleyball because we don't have a boys team. And then they told us, PSAL, that Tottenville was the team you were supposed to try out for. So Andy didn't get to play, along with all the other players from CSI. So Andy was there in spirit, and now he's here in spirit. A nice serve. That is great serve by number 8, who is not on my roster. And if I had to guess, I'm not going to say their names. There's one person without a number, and I don't want to missay someone's name. So, you know what? They're just number 8. That's not my fault. Yeah, all right. It was Callie. So, thank you to the Port Richmond team for calling out their teammate's name there so I could make sure it was Callie, the one person without a number. 22-17 here for Petrides. More of Susan Wagner's walking in right now. Petrides going up to serve. Down 5. Is that a line fault? I saw a foot. A little miscommunication there, but it's all good. You have a lead. Those can happen. I believe that was a line fault, but my eyes might be deceiving me. Yep, that wasn't. Nice receive by Port. Joyce sets up for a nice tap, but it's immediately sent back by Petrides, and it's immediately sent back by Port. This is a game of back and forth as Joyce slams it into the net. Petrides looking to start a comeback here, only now down 3. I can't pronounce that number, so don't hate. Joyce with the set. up to number 11, Gianna Ryan, with a nice hit. A weird hit. You know, I don't know what part of the hand that hit, but it was certainly not from a power standpoint, but it did just enough to get over that net where no one on Port Richmond was standing. And we have our first timeout of the game. A 1-minute timeout. Port Richmond's coming in. Okay. No, it's fine. You know, we had a lot more planned. We had a whole intro song. We had a whole intro segment. We had other overlays. We had a bunch of other stuff that will be utilized in later broadcasts now, but was fine. And I have no idea what happened. OBS, which is our streaming platform, insisted
I really like volleyball.
Walking past, which is great. Our camera application kept crashing, which is great. So, you know, this is a pretty minimalist broadcast, you know, but we're getting ready. Big season ahead of us. We have a few more games for volleyball. All the remaining home games will be broadcast. Whatever opposing schools let us broadcast at their home will be broadcasted. And then basketball season is fast approaching in the winter. So we have a good amount of broadcasts for you guys this year here on the Acorn Sports channel. And again, into the net. Port gets a point back after a long drought, but they're back. You know, the last broadcast we did, and our first one, was our test broadcast back in March, which was our school volleyball tournament, co-ed school volleyball tournament between the sophomore winners and the junior winners. And I have to say, they might have had less balls going to the net. I'd argue that that game, as Port is now at 24-20 with the set point on the line, that game arguably might have been a more, I don't know how to say this, a more competitive match. This one's competitive score-wise, but competitive rally match, I guess I would say. Receiving as it goes into the net. We might have to do a tally after this one to count how many times I've said that it's going into the net, or how many times it's actually gone into the net, because I did stop at one point, but I can't resist myself. The Panthers looking to stop a first set win for the Raiders. That was close to a line fault. And that's a first set win for Port Richmond. 25-21, that's the first set. And we'll start over for set two. We're switching sides. Set two will be game point for Port Richmond. And we're back. You know, we have an intermission tab, and we forgot to click it on. So you got to watch everyone switch sides. You know, we have some more CSIM supporters entering the stands. Some of them are not supporters. Some of them are actually players, which are coming fairly late to their match. You know, 5:30 is just the match start. They should have been here, but we're not going to begrudge. We have 30 seconds remaining until the next set starts. And with that, we have to say that this looks like Port Richmond might walk away with an easy W here. I shouldn't say that because the score did get fairly close at the end. But as long as they maintain the play they were doing, they should be able to edge out this Panthers squad. You know, they showed a lot more promise. They had their miscommunications, but if that gets under check, then we should be good. You can't see him on the camera right now, but we have Julian Labella, who's Port Richmond's main photographer, I'd say, and very well-respected private photographer. I got the pleasure of meeting Mr. Labella when he just started back last basketball season. You know, if you weren't aware, Acorn Sports is not just a broadcast channel, but started off as a photography account. So, you know, respect to him, respect to everyone in the community as we kick off set number 2 of the second game of the season. The Panthers will start off. And the punchline stays the same. Couldn't make it one play without saying it, but it remains the same. You know, I'm not going to say it, but Petrides looks a little better this second set. Sorry. Nice pop. No block. And Petrides gives up their first point. I swear, if I almost rip out the mic cord one more time, you know, we got to get a mic extension over here at Acorn Sports with this wonderful setup we've been provided here at the Raiders home. You know, this arena, if you want to call it that, this court, this gym, doesn't really have a nickname. You know, a lot of the other schools tend to have nicknames for this type of thing. You know, we're the Dragon's Den at CSI, the Lion's Den, the Eagle's Nest, you know. Oh, 3-1 lead for Petrides. Yeah, maybe they should think of something. You know, just idea for Port to think of something good. But I don't know. What would we call that? What would be a good name for Port Richmond's thing? Who knows? They should think of that. That's not my job. Solid receive by Port Richmond. Set up. Dinked over. That was a nice play by number 2 for Petrides. A lot of whistling. Apparently she tipped the net there. You know, I thought I saw a carry on that. Not a net fault. I didn't see that. I was too focused on the supposed carry. Either way, we will give that ball to Port Richmond and give them the point. Really good serve, and that is in. Dropped in the back of the zone. Free up here. This guy likes blowing his whistle a lot. Alright. Some strategy being reminded to the players. You know, our normal cameraman, Ronald Sphere, cannot be with us tonight. He was preoccupied. So instead, we have, as that ball goes out, instead, we have my very good friend Ariana Moran helping us out tonight. So you will be probably seeing Ronald for hopefully the remainder of the games. But you never know, we might need subs. Starting hopefully for volleyball, maybe not. Definitely for basketball. We will have guest broadcasters. So you won't have to hear my voice all night, which I know you all love. But, oh, what the heck is going on? You know, that was a great relay. That was a great set of hits. It hit the ceiling, you know, looked like it was going to be done. Made some nice bumps, looked really good, and they pelted it right back into the net. So, you know, feels like Groundhog Day here for me. But, yeah, so if you are interested in being a guest broadcaster this year, and we hit the ceiling again, you know, what are the chances of that? And the time I started my statement about guest broadcasters, we've hit the ceiling twice. You know, if I had a nickel for every time it hit the ceiling, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's funny it happened twice. But hopefully I could finish my spiel here about guest broadcasters. If you are interested or know someone that might want to be, oh my God, what are the chances of the ball hitting the ceiling 3 times in a row? What are the chances of that? You know, that's just insane. That is absolutely insane. The chances of that are crazy slim, but you know, watch out. There, the ball comes over here. I guess I got to speedrun this. If you want to be a guest broadcaster or know anyone that wants to be a guest broadcaster for volleyball or basketball, let us know. We have some hopefully lined up already, but you know, add a little more to these broadcasts. You know. That's so weird. A little dink in front. Didn't hit the net. Gave it a little breather. Disruption. Someone's getting a phone call over here. You know, I'm standing in front of the port team's backpacks, I think, and someone's been getting a phone call for the last 3 minutes. Nice foul. Nice play by Petrides. Panthers pounce on that opportunity and will take the lead right back. You know, dare I say it one more time, but I still find it a little ironic. One sec. Hi. Sorry for the little disruption. I had to have a little combo with a friend. Port Richmond dinks that one in. That's a nice point for Port. You know, I think we had a little issue. You know, we need to restrain ourselves here at Acorn Sports from repeating certain things. Some people might take them the wrong way. You know, I'm not going to point out what was said. It wasn't anything wrong. It wasn't anything inappropriate or anything, so don't go back thinking it is. But, you know, sometimes I have to remember I am right behind the coaches, so I can't really be saying too much trash talk. That was a interesting double tap. That was full net for Petrides. There's CSI's volleyball team getting ready to make a make a David versus Goliath attempt here against Wagner. You know, I love my Dragons. I want to support them. But I don't think there's anyone that would bet against a team that has lost a combined 3 matches in the past 9 years, or 8 years. And prior to that, they barely lost either. So no, this is a very even match game. Prior to my previous comments before saying how it was a little uncompetitive, it seemingly is a little more competitive for the second set. Another 8-8 match. And this person is still getting the phone call. You know, another one into the net for Port Richmond. You know, I'm not going to crouch down. My mic is connected to this computer. We don't have a long wire. It's got to be an alarm, though. There's no way this has been a phone call for the last 15 minutes. It's got to just have been an alarm. And that was straight net, it appeared, I thought. Guess not. You know, maybe I gotta freshen myself up on some volleyball rules. But as far as I'm concerned, she grabbed that net full hand. Petrides making a little rally here. 3 unanswered points will force Port Richmond to take their first time out of this set. You know, we've had a weird second set. 3 balls in a row hit the ceiling. But other than that, this is an evenly matched game. Everything you'd hope for from this matchup. Low end matchup. But yeah, not much to say, you know. I'm running out of some material here to keep this convo going, to keep this broadcast going. We're running out of a little material. Something exciting needs to start happening here. You know, maybe Port will make their comeback and we will finish in 2. If not, we're in for a very, very exciting third set here at Port Richmond High School. We really need to think of a name for this place. I'm tired of saying the full legal high school name. Out of words here about this net. You know, the thing's gonna start hurting. We have a whole nother match after this. I don't know if the net's gonna make it. Now, to all the very few of you watching this first broadcast, because we forgot to advertise it to the schools before a certain time. We've had a very great time getting these broadcasts together. This has been a whole process over the summer. Some ups and downs with some stuff. And obviously, based on our stuff tonight, we had a very, very rough time starting this broadcast, technically. And this is not the best one we will ever have. This is a mediocre broadcast for everyone wondering. A nice block by Petrides. Settle down. Petrides making a statement in this set. You know, so you can get excited. You don't gotta say, this is the last time I'm watching an Acorn Sports broadcast. This is the first time, and it will continue to get better when Petrides on a run. By the start of basketball season, all the tweaks will be fixed. All the overlays, all the intros, all the sounds, everything will be in tip-top shape as Petrides continues their run. You know, speaking of basketball, we're going to drift off a little for a second. The CSI Dragons will hope to make a return to the playoffs this year. And when I say I hope, I mean they will make the playoffs, but not without much new strategy. This was a interesting summer for the Dragons. You know, obviously, a lot of the seniors left. Sorry, we got disrupted. But of course the seniors left the team. No doubt about that. Varsity always kills its seniors. But beyond that, the most detrimental loss by far for CSI will be the loss of arguably the best player on Staten Island, Yusuf Hoffman. Fortunately for Yusuf, he got offers to go to Atlanta, Georgia, pursue his basketball career further than we could have ever offered him at the Dragons Den, or even on Staten Island or New York. So respect to him. Going to be a new season for the basketball team, and hopefully they do well without him. And we'll get back to our volleyball commentary. Petrides botches another one. Petrides had a 14-9 lead, and it is 15-14. Petrides gets their point back, and that run for Port. 16-14 here. Ton to lock in for this Panthers team if they want to keep their hopes alive and not going down. Petrides back on their run. Stands have started to fill up tonight. We started off with very minimal amount of people here, but now they're back and they're full. So nice play by the Raiders into the ceiling. We haven't said that in a while. That's the 4th time that's happened. Hopefully it doesn't happen 3 consecutive plays again, but that's just a joke. The Raiders looking to win their first match. That's a free ball. Receive, nice receive. Dinked over into the crowd. And we are all tied up here at Port Richmond High School. Or are we? Maybe they just did the score really quickly. Well, we are not all tied up here at Port Richmond High School. The Trees will still hold their 1-point lead. You know, I just got a little excited. Into the ceiling that one goes. That had a lot of power on it. Petrides up 2. That's a nice serve. That's out though. That was clearly out. You know, this is something I love about having these broadcasts now. People, they can complain, you know, on the court all they want. The coaches, the players, the fans. But we now officially will have videograph proof. So, take that. 18-17. Petrides keeps the 1-point advantage as Port tries to win the second set in the match. Down 1. Nice serve. Received poorly by Petrides. And now we are all tied up. For real this time. This alarm is still going up. Nice recovery. Guys. Timeout, Petrides. Guys, I hate to say it, but for both teams, the biggest disadvantage this game has been the net being on the court. The ball has hit the net very, very many times. A little too much, if I do say so myself. So, if anyone wants to find a reason why either team will lose this one, or however this ends up, certainly no thanks to the net if either team wins. You know, this alarm, I'm tired of it. Sounds like a lullaby, you know. That's not waking me up or reminding me. I need like the nuclear warning alarm if I need an alarm. So whoever this is, I'm gonna advise them to change it. And maybe they would hear it. Served by Port Richmond. A little miscommunication, but they get it over. Net, full hand on the net for Petrides. 20-18. Will the Raiders hold on? Or will Petrides make a comeback and send us to a third set? They held a big lead this round. They had a 5-point set lead. But that went away. But that is tanked in by Port Richmond. 21-18. And a 3-point advantage by the Raiders. Looking to win the first match of the season. Port Richmond. They won one match. Oof. Not the serve you want in this situation. But they maintain a 2-point lead. Port Richmond last season won one match. One match all season. If I'm correct. You know, I'll double check that, but unless I'm just blatantly wrong. Yes, Port Richmond won 1-9 last season. 22-19 for the Raiders. Looking to match last season's win record in only the second match of the season. The serve by Port Richmond. The joke isn't funny anymore, guys. I'm not going to make it. 22-20. 2-point advantage still for the Raiders. But the Panthers will make a last-ditch effort to save their game. Popped over. Received by Port. Set up. Dinked. Off the net. It's still up, though. A nice hit. Port does not receive that one. A really good rally. And it's a 1-point game here. At the, what can we call this place? The Raider Ranch. Who knows? The Harbor, something. Just Port. You know, no fun names here. Oof. We are all tied up here. Petrides is making it hard to put away. Court with the receive. Court with the set. And a nice save by Petrides. And they mess it up, 23-22, Port Richmond. You know, during that few seconds, I took the time to look up the Texas Tech football stadium name, which, if you didn't know, Port Richmond stole their logo and name from. And I looked up the team name, hoping that I would find something creative, but instead was met with Jones AT&T Stadium. So that one won't work. But Petrides into the net. It is match point for the Raiders. Looking to win it for the first time. Looking to match last season's record in the second match of the season. You know, the arena's even worse. It's United Supermarkets Arena. That's not better. But the Raiders serve it. And it's a game over. Port Richmond wins. The Port Richmond Raiders move to 1-1, matching last season. The Panthers fall to 0-2. This was a competitive game. Both sets were close. This was an even match. The net played a lot of fault. Everything played a lot of fault here. But it will end with a Raiders victory. And we're going to take a quick intermission break as we go to our second game of the evening, the CSIM Dragons against the Wagner Falcons. start. Oh. Put it on. Yep. Odd creature. Oh, I forgot we're live. Oopsie. Yo, who's hype for game 2 of the doubleheader? Opening broadcast night, not opening night. All right, guys, let's put some expectations for this match ahead of us. The CSI Dragons are a good-hearted team with a lot of potential. That being said, this is Susan Wagner. Our chances are not that great. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hope they break my suspicions. I hope they prove me wrong. But if history tells us anything, last time Wagner was bad was the year that I was born. So, that being said, hopefully it's a great fought match and the Dragons pull out one of the craziest upsets in school and honestly island history. You know, will we have any balls hit the ceiling this match? Who knows? Will we have the net be the biggest factor? Who knows? That's the pleasure of these games, you know. You never know what's gonna happen until it actually happens. Sometimes after the first set, you kind of have suspicions of how things are gonna keep playing out. But again, you never know. You know, I believe this match was supposed to start, but Wagner is still playing by themselves. We're 8 minutes past our scheduled start time. But CSI game started. Yeah, we locked, guys. We locked. Yeah, we have a little obstruction in the camera currently. You know, CSI has probably the biggest, if not one of the biggest, rosters of any of the teams on this island. And this is the first year in a while that we actually did cuts. So this program is budding, has a lot of people wanting to be on this team, which is usually a good sign. Warming up. Kind of did my whole spiel about our expectations, both teams' expectations, and just in general. You know, I guess we could talk a little about some other stuff. You know, the weather's pretty nice outside. For those who watch boys volleyball too, Wagner's libero, Henry Lou, used to be one of my very good friends from elementary school. We just like grew apart, no beef or nothing. Don't think that. So if Henry's watching or sees this, you know, what's up? Hit me up on Insta. We could do something, but you know, we're starting to ramble here a little. I really don't understand. The clock says now 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which puts us behind schedule. And the CSI team has not practiced in the past couple minutes. seeming to have a very, 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 very long combo. As they should. They really need to be locked in for this one. In the stands just said CSI is losing, which is kind of hard to argue against. But we're going to keep a positive attitude here. We're going to take a meta moment. We're going to stop, breathe, and think, and hope for the best. Some great camera angles of the players here. As CSI is now going to warm up, and we've reset the clock to another 6 minutes, which means, you know what? I'm tired of rambling. We're going to intermission. We'll be back when the match actually starts. All right, we are back here at Fort Richmond High School for Game 2 of the night. The Dragons of CSI McCown take on the Susan Wagner Falcons. You know, for the Hoods. Let's go, guys. We're locked in. We are locked in. All right, guys. We're hype. We're ready to get started. Again, Wagner, I don't know one person on their team. So they're going by numbers. But I know this CSI team. The competition is very tense here at the Raiders. The Raiders, yeah, there's nothing good to call this place.
The Harbor.
I'm not calling it the Harbor. Please stop suggesting the Harbor, guys. We are not calling it the Harbor. Alright, our first time, we know everyone on the team. Alana Samasekara, number 17 for CSIM. To kick off this game. And here we go. Wagner with the nice receive. Alana with the save. Katrina up to Brooke. Wagner spikes it into the down. You know, Wagner looks good on paper, and they sure look good in person, too. Point. Wagner is the home team for this game at Port. You gotta love the PSAL. So, we're locked in. And the serve by Wagner is a good one to Zoe Chen, to Katrina Chen. And that was unfortunate sequence of events there. You know, Vicky J went for the block, and it hit her in her noggin instead. Little LOL moment there for the fans. But we're locked in. Nice serve by Wagner. Received by Alana to Ari. Vicky J hits it out of bounds. Vicky J is getting subbed out for Kenza. Served by Wagner. Ari receives to Brooke. Kenza fresh in the game. What a first point for the Dragons. Newly subbed in Kenza Nafil gets the first point for this Dragon on a rocket of a hit over. There goes Zoe Chen. Here comes Crystal Vega. Brooke with the serve. Good one. Bumped by Wagner poorly. A nice save by Wagner. Katrina sets up for Kenza. And it's received. And into the net. 3-2. Dragons with 2 unanswered points here. Brooke for the serve. Receive poorly by Wagner. But a nice get back Crystal sets over. Katrina with the free. Oh, Kenza the fill laying down the block. What a game for Kenza. Brooke again, fair to serve. Wagner pushes it. A little miscommunication, but they still get it over. Katrina sets for Kenza, and she free balls it. Oh, nice play by Wagner, but it's picked up by CSI. Crystal with the receive, and that is not getting picked up. We officially have our first lead of the game for the Dragons. 4 unanswered points. To speak up. That's how loud the crowd is here. And the spike out of bounds. 6-3. 6 unanswered points for the Dragons. Brooke again. Received by Wagner. That's a poor receive. 7 unanswered points. God. Brooke. Yeah. The streak ends at 7. Kenza couldn't get that over. 7-4. Wagner is still clearly in this first set. Nice set. Oh, botched receive there by Ariana Perelman. The only remaining starter from last season. All the other starters were seniors that left. Ari was a starter last year, and it's still been one this year. Received by Crystal. Nice receive. And Crystal again. Free ball. And Alana hits it as it was close to going out. Couldn't tell if that would have went out or not, but you never know. It was blocked. I can only see so much from my standing position here on the sidelines. This isn't no NBA job. Nice receive by Ari. That's high. Crystal with the spike. Set that up. Nice receive by Ari. Crystal with the free ball. Wagner. Oh, what a receive. Brooke again. That's high. No one called for that. Unfortunate. Brooke took a couple shots to the face there, but CSI didn't end up with the point. God. A quick serve, I should say. What? 8-7. Now 5 unanswered for Wagner. They're right back in this one with the lead. Wagner. Nice dive by Crystal, but that is out. 6 unanswered points, and that's our first time out. Rick Nunari calls his first time out of the evening. You know, considering Port Richmond scored 7 points in their first set against Wagner last match, you'd have to say the CSIM Dragons are off to a pretty good start considering that. Yeah, now it's apparently My bad. Ooh. Point by CSI. Sorry for the little technical difficulties there. The school decided to switch up on us, and CSI is the home team. You know, gotta love PSAL. More so, this was just a scoring issue, but. And now the libero, Anna Huang. What a nice serve. But it's Doug. Great play by Wagner. And Anna Huang hits it into the stands. (10-8) for Wagner. Looking to keep their streak going. Silence in the stand. Anna with the nice receive. And Katrina pushed over. Spiked into the net. That net is still hurting from the last game. Especially with that spike. That's going to leave a mark. And now Katrina Chen is up to serve. Katrina with a nice serve. Receive. Over the net, it drops in. Wagner really got a 3-point there. The ball's going to keep rolling to us. You know, I might get a souvenir. I'm not going to say the score right now. Yep. Wagner up 11-9. The serve. That was a hard shot. And a botch received by Anna Huang again. This is go time for the Dragons. Need to stay in this one. Can't be allowing deficits beyond a few points. 3 points right now. Gotta get a point here. Wagner. Ari with the free. Almost hitting the pole. What a play. But Alana into the ceiling. And oh no. Well, it took long enough. Someone has hit the ceiling for the first time this game. And much to the dismay of some coaches, not the first time tonight. That was a weird play right there. You know, that looked like some NBA 2K animation, but 5-point lead for the Falcons. Sorry, Seahawks are to college. Close enough. No relation though, which is kind of weird. Guys, Anna up to Katrina, and that will not go over. That is now a 6-point deficit for the Dragons. They need to get back in this one. 6-point deficit. They can recover, but they need to start now. Crystal saves that in. Anna over the net. Little botch received there by Wagner. Gives CSI their point back. It's 15-10. No sub there. Crystal Vega coming for her serve. Nice serve. Set up. Block that. That's tipped by Ari. And that is out of bounds. 16-10. Still very much in this one. Communication and rotation has gotten a little bit shaky though. Zoe Chen subbing back in. You know, Zoe Chen was one of the players for the CSI sophomore versus junior game last year when it was the Chewbacca's and the O-Ballers. That was an interesting first broadcast. Receive Alanis. That's free ball by Katrina. Spiked. And a botch receive. (17-10). Dragons are starting to slack a little. They need to stay in this one. Into the ceiling. Here comes Brooke Coleman in for Baltazar. Receive by Zoe, and Katrina smack stub her team right in the face of that one. 19-10 deficit. If CSI wants to salvage this set, they're going to have to start moving, and moving fast. The serve. Received by Anna to Katrina. Alana with the free. Dinks over the net. Save. Free ball by Ari, though. I swear, with this mic. And a botch by Alana. 20-10. 10-point deficit. This set looks like it's going to go to the Falcons, barring an unprecedented comeback for the Dragons. But there's free sets. Never count them out. Served by Wagner. That is out. 20-11. That lowers the deficit to 9. There goes Anna. In comes Kenza. Little scoring mix up there, but it's oof. You know, I've done that a few times myself in gym class. Relatable play there. 2012. Here comes Ari. Ariana Perlman for the serve. Great serve. Received well. Watch out in the front row. Susan Wagner drops the hammer on CSI. You know, Kenza jumped for that one. Looked like she was going to block it, but they just tipped it over a little bit. That was a solid play. Oof. What the heck was that? That was a line drive straight to Brooke's face from Zoe. Yeah. 22-12, 10-point deficit. Wagner looking to close the first set out. Great serve. Alana receives. Brooke to Kenza. Watch the front row. Oh my God. Miscommunications. Let's go. Wagner looking to silence the Dragons. And set one. Brooke. Oh. Somehow that ball stayed up. Tipped over Kenza in the field. Wagner putting on a statement here. Here comes Julia. Sorry, that's her cousin. I messed up. My bad, Vicky. Here comes Vicky J. And for Kenza. 24-12. 13 unanswered points would be needed for the Dragons to stick in this one set. And there's the first. 24-13. Alana trying to save this set. Katrina was tying her shoe there. Alana, serve, over, received well. And that is a missile. And that was out. Or no, that was in. I can't see that line, guys. I'm sorry. It seems like no one else saw the line either. What? And we're back. Set 2. CSI showed great promise for a little bit there. Looking to follow that up, win a second set, and maybe pull off the biggest upset we've seen in the history of Staten Island High School volleyball. As I almost pulled out my mic again. You know, at some point, you gotta wonder who's gonna kill this streak. Who's gonna take the opportunity to end this streak Wagner has? Who knows? But a 40-free game win streak for this Susan Wagner team. 40 free games. Think about that. Will we end the 43 game streak tonight? Wait to see. Wagner, what the serve? Received by Ari, up to Katrina, to Summer, and that's out! 1-0 start for the Dragons. Wagner sets up. That is a nice spike by Wagner. Nothing Carey could have done there. Wagner brings the boom to start their second setup. That was out. 2-1. And now the libero, Olympic-trained Anna Huang, up for her serve. Nice play. Eaten up by Alana. Carey gets it over. Watch out. We bring the boom. That one out of bounds, though. Sometimes power isn't everything, guys. Anna going for the serve. What the heck? That was a carry. That could have went over. That would have been a carry. Let's stick to our roots, guys. Let's not get a little crazy here. 4-1. Anna, nice. Oh, blocked by Ari. That's it. In, on the line. Ari almost an amazing block, but that was insane luck getting that on the line. Call it luck, call it skill, whatever it was, it resulted in a point for the Falcons. 4-2. Wagner serves to Anna, into the net. Whose point was that? Okay. Wagner gets that one. 4-3 for the Dragons. Looking to make one of the best upsets we've seen. Served by Wagner. That is in. 4-4. Wagner. Come on. A little miscommunication there. Anna takes the blame for that one. Time to lock in for this Dragons team if they want any shot of upsetting here. Baltazar into the pole. Unfortunate there. Here comes the sub. Wrong person. Here comes the sub. There goes Alana. Here comes in Arsenal. It's an amazing last name, unless I'm saying it wrong. Either way. You know, the last name might be good, but that was sure not a good receive. It's all good, though. We all have bad receives. What a save by the Dragons. What is going on? Guys, let's get organized. Boom. That's set up. Anna with the save. And this is a back and forth battle. Spike and Balthazar gets her hand in the way of that one. 8-4, favor of the Falcons. Rough point. You know, this is what happens when our normal cameraman can't come to games. And what another mess up. You know, this is why Ronald is our cameraman. You know, not like we missed much, but it's 10-4 now. Wagner to Anna to Ari. Free by Katrina. Watch out. Blocked by Ari. Get right into the net. This is getting away. This is away from the Dragons. You know, we're even losing our camera person. Starting to do who knows what. Wagner. Swing and a miss by Brooke. 12-4. Yep, I'm gonna pull out my mic at some point. It's bound to happen, guys. Serve. Anna almost into the ceiling and into the net. There's a much needed timeout by Rick Nunari. 13-4. This is rough. It's not impossible, but it's going to be a hard one to come back from. Hate to be the Debbie Downer, but it's going to take a full team effort. You know, someone really needs to turn the air conditioning on in this place. It's very, very hot. And Anna, that was an interesting receive there. Don't really know what to say about that one. Wagner with a 10-point lead. And here comes Lana back into this one. And the serve. Brooke makes the diving shot, but not good enough. Few subs, one for WAG, one for CSI. Out goes Brooke, and here comes Crystal. The serve for WAG. And another point for Wagner. All right, Wagner. And again, Wagner with the point. You know, it's hard to describe the feeling right now in this gym for the CSI team and its supporters. While Wagner is Wagner and was destined to win this one and is destined to honestly not lose all season, this has been a less than great second set, to say the least. You know, there's no doubt it's probably just in their head, a lot of it. But for certainty, this is not going their direction. The Falcons are going to start 2-0. And it's going to be a point for CSI, finally breaking the long run by Wagner. But again, barring a miracle, this is a good lesson game for the Dragons. They had a great start, but since then everything seems to have just fallen from grace. A nice serve by Katrina up to Wagner, and a botched spike. 20-6, 2 points in a row for the Dragons. Do they have it in them? And that's out. 21-6. You know, this is probably rock bottom here for the Dragons. They're playing the best, arguably the best two teams in the division to kick off the season. And they had 2 games which they showed promise, but couldn't finish at the end. A nice play into the net, 7-21. But with rock bottom, the good thing is from there, only thing you can do is go up. So this is a long season. We still have a good amount of games ahead of us. And again, there's only improvement from here. The Dragons are starting to get on a little roll here. Will it be enough, though, is fair to say it would not be likely. But again, this is the time now to show that rock bottom is rock bottom and isn't just being poor. Wagner's looking to finish this one out. Nice receive, cleared. Wagner with the spike. Let's go, Wagner. With the serve. Botched receive. That hit Zoe in the face. And we're at match point. 24-28 right now. Wagner has match point. Looking to make it 2-0. And win a 44th straight game. And it has happened. The Falcons win 44 straight games, unless I did my math incorrectly. The Dragons put on a show at the beginning and kept falling from there. We have more games, we'll see more games, and we'll see improvement. I want to thank all of you for joining the first official Acorn Sports broadcast of the year, and we'll see you at the next game.